Over tsunami, about 11,000 people are turning 65 years old every day. And starting next year, that's when the whole 67 years old kicks in for those people born 1960 and after. All right, so today we're going to talk about why you're going to be losing tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to see if I can help you make sure you don't lose any more. You make all the decisions. I know I ran the third busiest Social Security office in the country. And I know that if you make the wrong decision at the wrong time, it'll affect your benefits for you and your spouses and your divorced spouses and your children for the rest of your life. So I want to make sure you are getting everything you're entitled to. So that's my new mission in life. All right. So there are several facts that are pretty much indisputable. Number one is 65 is not your full retirement age. I get people all the time says, "Hey, when I turn my full retirement age 65, what do I do?" Well, number one, that's not your full retirement age. If you were born in 1960 or after, your full retirement age is 67 years old. And so here's where you're losing all this money. If your full retirement age was 65 years old and they didn't change it back in the 1980s in order to shore up Social Security for the future, kind of our parents and uncles and aunts, whatever, decided to not take the pain themselves and go ahead and move it on to us younger people and raise the retirement age for the rest of us. But because you had to wait 2 more years to get your benefits, that is the average check right now is about $1,900. You figure about $1,900 times 24 months. That's where you come up with the $40,000. And you're like, well, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to wait till my full retirement age or whatever the case may be. I'm going to take my benefits early. Well, same thing. You're reduced. You're losing benefits the rest of your life because anytime you take your benefits early from Social Security, we're talking retirement benefits or spouse benefits or survivor benefits. Anytime you take your money early from Social Security, your benefits are reduced. And if you took your benefits 2 months, 3 months, or 3 years, or 4 years early because your full retirement age is 67, those are more years that your benefits are decreased. So you are losing benefits even if you start your benefits early. Whether you start at 62, 65, or 67, unfortunately, it's baked into the cake. Those calculations are already made that you're getting a reduced amount. Okay, so that's fact number one. Let's move into fact number two is and by the way, they're trying to raise the retirement age again. So if you're good with having your children or grandchildren have to wait till 68, 69, 70, then I guess that's a decision we have to make. But remember, that's also going to cut their benefits as well. All right. Number two is the fact that working and early retirement limitations. So, because your full retirement age has been changed, you're limited to how much you can make and collect Social Security. Before, after 65, you could work and collect Social Security, and it wasn't an issue whatsoever. But because you have to wait another 2 years, you're limited for those 2 years and how much you can make. This year, it is, next year it's going to be $23,400. In 2025, they just came out with a number, $23,400. Anything over that, if you start your benefits early, it's reduced for $1 every $2 you go over that amount. So there's also a annual versus a monthly earnings limit. So the difference is, if let's say you go ahead and you want to start your benefits in July, and you're talking early retirement. You go ahead and start your benefits in July. Social Security only cares about how much you make starting in July. Okay. So anything before that is not really relevant in terms of the annual earnings limit. They switched to a monthly earnings limit. So basically, from July, you have to stay under the monthly limit. For next year, that's $1,950. Anything you make before that time, it doesn't matter. You can make $1 billion, but once you start your Social Security benefits, then that's when they start calculating. Okay. Fact number three is that Medicare is not mandatory. It is, but it isn't. So I see a lot of people losing money because they go ahead and sign up for Medicare at 65 years old when they actually don't need it because they have health insurance from current work. So if you have health insurance from current work, yours or your spouse's, and your employer has 20 or more employees, then you do not have to sign up for Medicare. So people are always freaking out. Oh, I'm going to be 65 next month or 3 months from now or whatever the case may be. And I heard it's mandatory. I'm going to be penalized for the rest of my life. No, not if you have health insurance from current work, yours or your spouse's, and you have 20 or more employees in that particular plan. So you can not sign up for Medicare, no problem. You don't have to sign up for Part A, Part B. You can sign up for Part A if you want. It's, zero premium. Might cover some of the deductibles for your other plan. But in terms of Part B, don't waste the next year's $185. Don't waste $185. Go ahead and wait when you're 70 or 85 or whatever, and you stop receiving health insurance from that current work. Then you can go ahead and sign up for Part B, and there's no penalties whatsoever. I would definitely check with your HR. Sometimes your health insurance company, whatever company your employer uses, sometimes they make you sign up for Part A or Part B so they can save money on their side. If you need help with any of that, I help with all the Social Security type questions here in my live Q&A: retirement, survivor benefits, spouse benefits. I have partnered with an organization, Chapter Medicare. They can help you with all things Medicare, so reach out to them. If you're going to be turning 65 and you want to set up for a plan starting January, do me a favor and don't give them a call until after December 7th, because right now we're in the midst of the annual enrollment period from October 5th to December 7th. And there's millions of people that had their Medicare Advantage plans and their Part D plans canceled. So we've got a crazy amount of people calling in. And there's a bunch of people, even more people, that had their plans downgraded and they're losing a lot of benefits. So they're calling in and trying to switch their plans. So if you need help now, go ahead and call them up. But if you're Medicare, you want it to start January, after January, just go ahead and do me a favor. Just call them up after December 7th. You'll probably get in a lot easier too. So definitely reach out to them and they'll be able to help you out. And make sure you subscribe. And if you're going to be turning 65 next February, March, April, August, or something like that, and you know how it is, you say, okay, I'll make sure I come back and check with Ed next August when I need help. But then you lose my channel and you forget about me, like my wife does sometimes. But anyway, that's not here or there. Fact number four. So I've got one more fact. So we got 5 facts. This is number 4. If you're receiving disability, people with disability receive Medicare after being on disability for 24 months. So if you receive disability, in most states, the only thing you can get before 65 is a Medicare Advantage. Some people would rather have a Medicare supplement plan. Well, when you turn 65, guess what? You have a second chance. You can get a Medicare supplement plan without any type of health underwriting. So make sure you reach out and see if that's an option that you might like. Fact number 5 is too many people file for the wrong benefits at the wrong time. Again, Social Security is not forgiving. You can't do a mulligan in a lot of respects. So if you make the wrong decision at the wrong time, it might reduce your benefits. You might get the wrong benefits. You might lose a lot of different strategies. That's exactly why I do this live Q&A on a regular basis. And I've made over 800 videos. So make sure you subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. And we can go out there and make sure everybody around you gets everything they're entitled to.